Hello and thank you for joining me for a very special edition of Freelance Discussions. Today we are bringing in our wives and they are going to grade us on our behavior during duck hunting season. So that's right, Corns, Danny Boys, Fumbles, and my wife, they're going to come in here and they are going to score each of us on our behavior on some rules that I came up with. If you haven't seen it, last year my mom and I got together and we did a freelance discussion. I'll put the link up here for you guys to click on it if you want to watch it now and come back, or maybe you want to watch it after this. But I had my mom come in and we talked about what it's like to be a duck hunter's wife or girlfriend and some tips for you duck hunters that kind of struggle in this department, kind of like Dan, and about keeping your girl happy around duck hunting season. If you follow these little tips we came up with, you can have a much better relationship, because what we want to be is outdoors enthusiasts, but also have good relationship with our women, because that's very important. So I'm going to real quickly go back over these 4 rules. Now, the scoring that's going to go on tonight is only the first 3 rules because it only applies to married guys, and the 4th rule is for you single guys. So you definitely, if you want to know the 4th rule, you need to jump over there and check out that other video my mom and I did. So here are the 4 rules real quickly. I'm just going to go over them real quick. If you want more detail in them, it's in the other video. So, rule number 1, when you're duck hunting, don't ruin your girlfriend's or your wife's weekend. If you're a weekend hunter and you hunt all day Saturday and your girl wants to go out on Saturday night, guess what? You're going to suck it up and you're going to go do it anyway. I don't care how tired you are, get in a nap and get out there and make sure you go out with your girl, because, you know, if you're going to want to hunt every weekend, you want to come home and make sure that they're not paying the price of not seeing you all day and then not getting to go out that night. Rule number 2. Now, we all know duck hunting and waterfowl hunting, you have to buy a lot of equipment. Make sure that you're not stingy and griping at your girl about what she's buying. In fact, give her a gift card. I know Corn says in this episode that he gives his wife gift cards. So give them gift cards, buy them stuff, let them go on a shopping spree that matches what you're doing, but don't be stingy with the money, because girls can be pretty resentful when you're buying all this hunting stuff and you're going out hunting all the time and then griping at them for what they're buying. And the 3rd rule is about time frames with your duck hunting. Be honest about when you're going to be back and be on time. And if you're not going to be on time, communicate clearly so that your girl knows when you're going to be back, what you're doing, and if you're not, that you're communicating. So there's just some really real brief shots at those 3 points. So here's how this game is going to work. We're having a contest. I'm going to get each couple here in front of the camera. We're going to start with Fumbles and my mom. And then Dan and his wife Larissa are going to go second. Myself and Beth are going to go third, and Corn and his wife Beth are going to go last. And here how it's going to work. So each question or each duck hunting tip is going to be worth 3 points. So wives will score each of us on each of the 3 tips and how we did last year, because all of us were aware of these rules. We talked about them. And so how did we actually do with our girls? So 3 points per question, total of 9. So 9 out of 9 would be the best. 1 out of 9 would be the worst. So let's go ahead and roll this. All right, so here we go. Fumblemitts is back from the north. He's got sporting a beard. He hadn't been around for a while. He's looking pretty good.
I got to sweeten the pot here a little bit. Maybe that'll rate me up a little bit.
So here we go. Number 1.
When you have been in 54 years, I mean, everything kind of blends
I
together.
know, it's hard.
All right, go ahead.
Don't ruin your wife's night after a duck hunt. So when I say 3, you're going to get the card that you think. So if Dad's been awesome at it, 3, so-so 2, and terrible 1.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh, 1. Why did he score so low?
He gets home, he's done. There's nothing left. So
Listen, I get up Elliott gets me up at 2 in the morning, and I go out and fight with the ducks all day. I come home, I got my lazy boy, I'm going down.
I've learned to accept it.
So you have held resentment over it.
Oh yes. When I was younger, it was very, very hard.
Listen, I'm retired, and so is the little woman. We can go out Monday night, we can go out Tuesday night, we can go out Wednesday night. We don't have to go out Saturday night.
It's made it easier since we're both not working, but when I was younger, I felt very neglected with this hunting.
Okay, all right. 1, not starting very good.
Well, that's pretty bad.
All right, let your girl buy stuff. 3. Nice.
I am super good.
I is really good about. In fact, I have to be careful because I can probably talk him into about buying anything.
Yeah, well, that's duck hunting or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that's duck hunting related. I think she is going to buy whatever she wants no matter what you say.
No, sometimes it is, though. I can go to Cabela's and buy 25-cent token, and she'll say, "You were at Cabela's yesterday. I want to go spend $100."
Question
So
or not,
she actually says it.
Yeah, she does.
you know something that really makes
You
me
taking
mad?
notes, Larissa?
Yeah.
Something that really makes me mad, and no one's talked about this. He'll say, "Let's go for a drive," and I'm thinking, "Oh, he just wants to go out and have a nice little country drive." It's always to find a duck pond. That torques me off to this day.
So what happens when we go for a ride? I have to steer away from the lake, away from all the streams, away from all the marshes, because just because they're pretty isn't good enough to go there, see? I have to stay away from them or she's suspicious of me.
He's just fooling me. We're not going for a ride. We're scouting.
See what I'm saying?
Same thing.
All right, so he's got 4 points with 1 round left. All right, don't be late coming home from hunting. Make sure you're on time. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, home. Really?
Right is from home.
Now, has that been a problem over the past? Him not getting home on time, like
Oh,
before cell
yes.
phones and.
Oh, yes.
So before in your marriage, this was certainly a problem.
Oh, it was terrible.
So this has been a problem, but last year he did great at it.
Last year he did.
Okay, all right. And from okay, all right.
We've had a very happy marriage.
Another kiss?
No, just listen. Just listen. We've had a very happy marriage. We live by the rule that if I give 100% and he gives 100%, we'll have a good time.
All right.
And we really do try to live for the other's happiness.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That is 7 points for Fumblemitts.
Is there negatives?
So this is Larissa, and I think this is the first time she's ever been on video.
Yeah. We're not kissing. So don't do that.
And so how long have you two been married?
16 years.
16 years.
When's our anniversary?
March
March
12th.
12th. It's
So-
my code.
So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. Don't ruin your girl's night after a duck hunt. I can't believe it's taking you that long to pick a 1. 3, 2,
I picked.
1. Oh, Dan thought he was gonna get a 2.
What?
Not even.
What does your night consist of? What do we do?
Well, 1 or 2 things happens as soon as he comes home. He either goes straight upstairs to his room and to sleep. He says nothing to nobody.
I say hi.
Or if we don't acknowledge him, like we've missed him so much, and we're so happy to see him, he gets mad. And then he's mad at us the rest of the weekend. No,
I do not. I did that one time because I was gone for like a week, and you guys
it
were.
was just
Well,
2 days.
In Larissa's defense, Dan, you have specifically told me you don't do very well at this.
No, and then he just sleeps all night, and then he's grumpy, and the kids have wanted to see him, and he just kind of brushes us off.
Now, Dan, why did you think you were going to get a 2? Everyone in this room knew you were getting a 1.
Yeah.
What?
Because I'll watch movies with the kids when I get back, and
You will sleep while the kids watch movies.
wait.
Yeah.
This is not fair because I'll come home and I'll jump in the shower and I'll get all ready. I'll be like, "You want to do anything tonight? Is there anything you want to do?"
How
Or
many
even
times
before
does
a
that
hunt, I'll be like, "Hey, I'll come back.
No.
5 or 6, and we can go out to here." And
You're in for the long haul. If you want your wife to hate duck hunting, which is the road you're going down, what if you came home and took a long nap? Or what if you made plans before the duck hunt?
do you want to buy something?
Number 2, let your girl buy stuff. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's only, I gave him a 2 only because he bribes me. So he can get stuff. It's not because he wants me to have stuff, it's because he wants.
No.
Just need this kayak, it's only $450. I promise this will be the last thing all season. And then a week later, I really need this gun. I promise, I swear to you, this will be it. Oh, I got this good deal on decoys. It's just $50. I promise. I won't ask for
But you
anything.
don't buy anything.
That's in
You
one-
don't never buy anything.
That's in one season. I've repoed all of his guns. Like, he owes our family savings account so much money. I own all of the guns now.
She'll say, I'll be like, hey, honey, just want to let you know, I put some gas in the car. I know you were moving stuff around the count, And she'll be like, how could you do that? How could you put gas in your car? Oh my God, that's terrible. And then I come home already on the defense. So you already have me like on the...
Oh, because you don't want to live within the budget. That's when I get upset. When you go over your monthly gas budget.
I used a little bit of that today.
Yeah, I bet
For some
it didn't go in where it was
coffee,
supposed to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on here. Move on to the next one. All right, so we're to the last one. Dan's got 3 points. Don't be late coming home from hunting, or be considerate with your time frames. Call, text. How is Dan doing it on that one? Ooh, way off.
I'm really good at that. I'm so good at that. This is what it's like. Hey, honey, is everything okay? Yeah, it's fine. Well, I'll be home at this time. I don't care. Click.
Oh, because I've learned, because duck hunting is 6 months of our lives every year.
It's a long season.
And if you've never seen a grown man have a temper tantrum,
I don't have a
if he's not,
He's
if
trying
there
not to have a
might be
temper
a
tantrum.
weekend that he might not get to go hunting, we won't even talk about
No.
that. But
She purposely scheduled my kids' piano practice on Saturday morning. And then she said, oh, I got something going on Saturday. You're going to have to take her for the next 18 Saturdays.
because he tells us we have to move our lives around to fit his duck hunting schedule, and I refuse. I will live my life.
Well, Dan ended up with a solid 4 points. 2 1s and a 2.
4?
Yeah.
So, Larissa, what could Dan do? If there's one thing Dan could do to make duck hunting easier for you, what would it be?
Just understand that he's asking his family to sacrifice a lot of time, because 6 months, especially during the school year,
You need to be listening right now.
Okay.
he doesn't know how. We're sacrificing a lot for him to be able to go hunting, and I do like him going hunting. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is just the inconsiderateness that I feel that he doesn't understand.
I know.
What you need to do, here's what she's saying.
See how
Dan.
red his face is?
Here's what
He's not
she's
even
saying,
listening.
Dan.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna paraphrase this for you. She wants you to act more considerate and more thoughtful about the duck hunting, and make the whole family understand, or give some kind of emotional understanding that it is a sacrifice.
I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
Larissa, I have to say this about you. You're incredibly patient, and you're the best mother that I could have ever asked for, because you know that if it was up to me, they'd have been lost throughout this country in various child protective agencies. So for that alone, I owe you a better duck hunting season. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Dan, you're up with 4 points. I appreciate you guys coming in. All right. So at this point, this is round 3. Fumbles is leading with 7. Dan's coming up with 4. It's my turn, and I have a feeling that I may be a little too overconfident about my scores. So we're gonna get the real deal, because one thing about my wife, she does not like conflict, and neither of us really do. So we don't fight very much. We've got to be careful that negative feelings don't bubble. So hopefully we won't find out they've been bubbling. All right. So
don't ruin your girl's night after a duck hunt.
yeah.
Oh.
Why 2, not a 3?
Because I just think it's like you expect me to not see that you're falling asleep just because you're trying. You're giving yourself a lot more credit. It's like the intention that counts, but I don't know your intentions. I know you're exhausted.
Yeah. Well.
But at least you're doing it.
Well,
It
it's
works
rough.
better if you take a nap first.
Yeah.
If it's not like one of those 2-hour naps where you just get lost to the world and then you wake up really grumpy, that's not good. It has to be a power nap. I'm good at power naps, so I know.
Yeah, and I don't do a very good job of taking naps because when I get home I just want to edit. And that's another thing I do
Yeah.
also is
Yes.
I dive into editing.
Forgot about that.
I dive into editing and I can be gone in editing the whole rest of the weekend.
Yeah, you're reminding
glad-
me. That is actually
Yeah.
the whole
Are you going to change it to 1?
Oh yeah.
maybe for that.
So that's a
Do you want to
double-edged
change it
sword.
to 1? I've already said 2. No change them. No change them.
Okay.
All right.
yeah.
And so
Next question.
Duck hunting. There's a lot of stuff we got to buy, right? So, do we let our girl buy stuff? Let your girl buy stuff. Number 2. Question number 2.
Ooh, we don't have any money, so
All right.
I know. That's part of it though, because I think if we had
fund Beth on my Patreon so I can buy her more stuff.
I
She
think
gave me a 3.
Don't be late coming home from hunting.
Okay.
Is your man late coming home from hunting? Does he respect the time in your day?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Yes. I just thought it would be 3 on that.
well, the thing is, I just don't care when you come home.
Yeah. See, it's like
I've just decided that it's like you'll come home when you come home. I've decided I'm not going to put any expectations on it because if I do, then I will be tapping my foot, and I've just decided not to care about it. Glad that our husbands have a hobby that's like healthy and good, and it's like they're outdoors doing stuff that they should be doing.
All right, so now it is good old Corn and his wife's turn. His wife's name is Beth, just like my wife's name is Beth. And how long have you guys been married?
Do you know?
Yeah, quite a while.
When's your anniversary? When's your anniversary?
October 5th.
When's your birthday?
October.
Really?
November 1st.
All right. Now, how long did you say you guys been married?
It's been 15 of the best years of his life.
Yes, that's true.
He definitely married up.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So the first portion of you guys' marriage, you didn't really do any hunting.
No, I didn't hunt. Well, I didn't hunt when I moved after I moved to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I didn't hunt at all.
So when he started picking hunting back up, what was your reaction to that? Was it just, were you acceptive of it?
Yeah, no, I
Accepting
was
of it?
happy that he had like a hobby, but you know, I noticed that things just kept like creeping into the garage and like taking up more space.
That's because his dad keeps shooting my decoys.
I'm like, how many do you actually need?
Well, there's
Lots.
a few of them with holes in them that his dad put in them. So I have to keep buying more.
I think this is actually going to be a pretty easy win for you guys because Corn does not hunt quite as much as we do. He's a little more caring of his wife. He loves her a little bit more. He has more responsibility. So I'm a little worried. So right now I'm winning with 7 out of 9. Fumblemitts is in second place with 6 out of 9. And old Dan only has 1 point off the worst possible score. He's got 4 out of 9. So the worst possible score is 3 out of 3, and Dan's got a 4. So, are you guys ready for the 3 questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope that you don't beat me because I want to win this.
Yeah.
I've been working really hard. You don't even try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, question number 1 is when Jeff goes hunting, does he ruin your night that night? 1. Oh, dang, come on.
He's easy. I mean,
I've been around him. He's such a jerk.
I have a lot of energy
he's
all the
clever.
time.
And I like to go to bed early, so
I
it
just
doesn't
leave her
really
alone.
ruin my night.
Let's face it, here's the truth.
I just go read.
You don't like being around him. And so he comes home and goes to bed and you're glad.
Yeah, you're glad I go hunting. You're glad I'm tired when I get home.
Okay, well, you've already almost beat Dan with 1 question.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2 is he allow you to buy as much stuff as what he buys for hunting equipment? Like, you encourage her to spend just so that she's happy. Yeah. Gosh. All right, 3. It's because you have so much money you don't care.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
No.
So okay, 1 more.
I just want her to be happy
So-
in general.
And I don't usually spend money on myself, and
Yeah.
he tells me to, and I usually don't.
Okay.
I get a lot of gift cards too, by the way. I buy a lot of stuff
Because
on
then
gift
it kind of
cards.
forces me to go get something.
Yeah.
So what we're learning here is you are the most thoughtful husband of the whole group.
He does a pretty good job. That's why
This is going quite differently than Dan and Larissa's.
you had other questions like, is he extremely annoying most of the time?
Yeah,
You know,
yes,
like-
there could be. It's extremely annoying most of the time.
Okay. So this is going quick. You are okay. So you've tied for the win already. You have to get, if you get a terrible score on this one, you and I tie. So you've already beat Dad and tied, or beat Dan and tied my dad. So the last one is about punctuality with hunting, and if he's home on time, if he lets you know when he's going to be home. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my goodness! 9 out of 9.
Well, okay, and I will say, there's a small caveat to that. He did go hunting on my birthday weekend once, and didn't tell me, or
Well, you found out eventually.
yeah, the day before, like the day or two before. But otherwise, I mean, you know.
Well, all right. Well, Jeff wins. 9 out of 9 out of 9. I never,
Yes.
growing up around you, flashback, I never, ever would have predicted you'd keep a wife this happy.
You'd be a winner. Is that what you're
I gotta say, it was pretty disappointing outcome. I never thought I would get beat by Corn, I can tell you. In a million years, I never thought that dope was gonna beat me, but at least I got second. So Corn got 9 out of 9, perfect score. I got 7 out of 9. Fumble 6 out of 9, and poor old Dan ended with 4 out of 9. Now Dan is a really good guy, and his wife is a really good sport, and I know he's gonna get better at this stuff. He's just given old Larissa a crash course in duck hunting, and that can obviously cause a problem when you haven't hunted at all, and your wife is used to you not doing it, and then bam, you're going out all the time. It can be really a difficult transition. But Dan is a wonderful guy, and Larissa is a wonderful wife, and I'm sure they're gonna be just fine. But it made for a good show. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and make sure you go watch that video from last year my mom and I did, because it's pretty funny. I like that one a lot. And let's talk about this. Are there any tips that you have that I missed that I could add into next year? Because I'm sure this is going to be something that I do annually where we revisit this, because it is really, really important. You want to do is maximize your outdoor life, but also you want to have peace and happiness in the home with your girl as well. So, and you know what? This might even be fun to watch with your wife or your girlfriend. Maybe they'd be interested in watching this one with you. Maybe they can score you. Have them score you and let us know how you did. So thanks a lot, and I'll be seeing you guys again next time.